Stopping at my parents' house. I got to do some laundry today. So, you know, I'm struggling here. I'm struggling to figure out whether or not I really want to stay on YouTube, to be honest with you. I just talked to my Facebook group about it, and I don't know what it is. If you put out some kind of dramatic content about a vegan or about something, politics or something in life, or you do an unboxing review, people eat that stuff up. They absolutely love it. You know, they like the drama. They like to partake in the festivities of tearing up Dr. Michael Fartface, or they like a good unboxing review about a new griddle or skillet top or something that comes out. But when you do a video about sleep and it takes you hours to pull statistics and research and stuff like that and share that with them, it seems like they're not interested in that stuff. They're not interested in the hour and a half that it took you to edit everything. They're not interested in what you really have to say in the grand scheme of things when it comes to good quality information. And just like I told my keto group when I was talking to them about this, it's not about defending yourself right now, because I know there are some people that do. But when you have a subscriber base of 1,900 plus people, almost 2,000 people, which it's little, don't get me wrong, when your videos are viewed 100 times, 200 times, 250 times out of that 1,900 people, and you could look weeks later to see if something else has popped up, there's an issue there. My struggle is simply that I don't know if I want to stay the type of channel that I am. There's no views for it. Everybody wants to be a keto person. Everybody wants to create a keto channel now. Everybody wants to act like they have the most ultimate knowing when it comes to this stuff, and they could be brand new, literally out the box, 6 months. Start putting out videos right away with Bang energy drinks and all these supplements and ketones and all this other stuff, and their shit gets viewed like crazy. I mean, like it's going out of style. But you can have somebody like me that's been doing this for years, that has Facebook groups where I teach people, and you put out a pretty decent edited video on micro sleep deficiencies, things to fix the issues that you're having in your life. It takes a little bit to edit it, not terribly long. I put 3 or 4 or 5 hours into a video or something like that sometimes when I really want to think about it, and it just doesn't go anywhere. The views don't happen. The support just really isn't there. And I don't know how to fix that problem with my subscribers. I don't know how to get to the point where I fix that issue. If it's something about crashing my car, or about financial distress, or about something that I think is wrong in the ketogenic community with a specific doctor or something like that, you get tons of support. The views start pouring in. People want to hear about all that stuff. Whenever you sit down and you try to break down something so particular like micro sleep deficiencies, something that you would think people honestly want to hear about that nobody else really covers, you want to make content that's different than everybody else, and it just doesn't move. It doesn't move. It doesn't seem like people really care about that. So I'm coming to you to figure out what I need to do to change things up. Hi, Nona. What do I need to do with somebody that almost has 2,000 subscribers, that's pretty well knowledged in this? It seems like there's no record of increased there's no record of increased track pattern of making videos, say, a year ago when I had, say 800 people, to where I'm at today with almost 2,000 people. It seems like people just subscribe because somebody said your name, but they don't take the time to watch the informational videos. They don't take the time to really come forward and say, look, I want to support this guy. I think that he has something to say, and it's not always about his life. It's not always about, the new dress I got or the new makeup I bought or the new jewelry paparazzi that popped up. This guy's putting out information that's going to change my life and other people's life. So why would I not listen to the educational support that he has to offer? It just isn't there. But when I talk about buying a new product, oh man, people eat that up, man. They really want to see it. Or when I talk about, something happening outside of health, people love watching that. But when it comes down to their health, or you might be telling them that they're doing something wrong, or maybe how to fix something, or giving them a better option to use throughout their daily activity, it just doesn't seem like people care enough. And I'm not talking about each one of you individually. I'm not saying you, the person that's watching this right now. If I look back on the statistics of the videos that are put out, say over the last 6 months, the things that I've pinpointed that I really dumped the education and stuff into, people don't care. They don't want to watch it. They don't watch it. But if I title something, Warning, Carnivore Deficiency, if you're a small person and you can't get enough, potassium in, you might deal with some heart arrhythmia. I've had 3 ladies this year end up in the hospital because following blanket statements about being on a carnivore diet, not needing to supplement. That is foolish. If you are a small person and you cannot eat enough food to sustain potassium levels, you have to supplement. Or you will probably end up in the hospital just like these ladies did. Over the last 2 years, about a dozen so far. So I spoke out about that problem. And throughout the month, I periodically get new people that pop up and say, hey, I'm a subscriber. Nobody else talks about that stuff, so I really appreciate the fact that you're pinpointing that and you're talking about it. Well, how many other videos this month? How many other videos in the last 6 months? How many other videos in the last year have you guys heard anybody talk about micro sleep deficiencies and stuff like that? When I first started keto, these doctors and other YouTubers and stuff like that used to push it really hard, but they did not put out enough information that actually covered it. They did not go into the PubMed studies and look. They did not go to different articles and stuff like that and pull bits and pieces of information to give you different options, right? So when I stepped up and I said the other day, I'm going to take about 3 hours of gathering information from multiple websites. I'm going to put it all in my own words, and then I'm going to edit this into a video that should be a half hour down to about 10 minutes so people don't have to sit here all day. 83 views. That's sad. Because I can put out a 10-minute video complaining about Dr. Michael Fartface or, one of these vegan doctors or vegan gains, and within 24 hours, it's already been viewed 300, 400, 500 times. Within 48 hours, I'm up to 500 views. Within a week, it's at over 1,000 views. So I don't understand why people say they're here for health. They say they're here for the educational information, that they say they're here because somebody can portray a message, somebody that's dealing with real life issues. But yet when that message gets portrayed, the education is put in place and you put it in front of them, they don't have to go research it themselves. You've done it for them. There's no support. This is my concern right now. I'm honestly at a point where I'm looking at the amount of time that I put into making these videos and starting, to look at, is it really worth it? I mean, am I really putting hours of my day in and not getting the support? Not by, there are some of you that are great, that are just there all the time, but I'm looking at this from a whole. We got over 1,900 people here, almost 2,000. We got a whole YouTube channel, Facebook groups, and everything else that my videos get shared to sometimes. And it just doesn't seem like people really care all that much when it comes down to the educational health stuff. I mean, Howard Farms, all grass farms, going to these different places, going to these stores and doing 2-hour walkthroughs. I understand that Drew, and here's where me and you differ with our content. I'm not into going after the vegans as much as you are. I haven't lived that lifestyle like you are. So you're tailoring to two crowds. You're double dipping here because you've got the knowledge on both sides. So you can go both ways. You can get in the middle of these debates with a computer and stuff that's set up. You're tech savvy and all that. You can get involved with all that. Me, I'm just a guy that's interested in the education. I could care less about the live debates. I could care less about who vegan this or that or whatever else. I don't really care about all that stuff. What I care about is I care about putting out good quality content that has nothing to do with that stuff. Every once in a while I'll get mixed up in it and make a video, but my information comes on years of working with people directly with a carnivore and ketogenic diet. The views aren't there. I just watched, what's his name, the Frank guy, saw the big giant bodybuilder juicing dude or whatever from, he's got 200,000 subscribers and he said the same exact thing. He was on YouTube about 6 months ago, and I was watching one of his videos, and I love Frank. Frank's all juiced up and stuff like that, but he's honest about it. He doesn't lie about it. He tailors his message to his audience, and he has fun with it. He's hilarious. And he said, guys, I don't know if I can keep doing this. I've got 200,000 subscribers. I'm buying equipment. I'm putting in time and stuff like that. I'm bringing you guys the gym reviews. I'm doing all the educational information. I'm teaching you guys how to do all this stuff. But I'm just not getting the views, even at 200,000 subscribers anymore. He's like, what's going on here? Like, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I'm doing everything right, but yet it's just not there. But then when he starts talking about bros and hoes and tearing people up and making comical skits again where he's actually bashing people, I mean, 15, 20, 25,000 views in 24 hours, 48 hours. I don't know if it's just a human mindset where we're naturally attracted to that stuff and that's what we want to go after. But when you see somebody putting out really good quality content, when I went to All Grass Farms and I did the complete walkthrough, drinking the raw milk, going and looking at the pigs, the cows, the lambs, the sheep, talking to the people and stuff there. When I did all that, people don't care about all that. But the reason I did that stuff is because I asked you guys, would it benefit you if I took my time out of my days to go do this stuff, go to these farms, spend the fuel and stuff like that, go ahead and take hours of my day doing these reviews. Would this be something that you're interested in? Would this take off? Something that takes that much time and that much effort to do, calling and back and forth on the phone, you would think that your audience that voted for something like that wants to see that would be for it. No views. I mean, it's sad. And it starts making you look at, do I really have to stoop to the level of being dramatic, putting out satire content, tearing people up, and playing the game like other people do just to be successful? Do people not really want good, honest content that doesn't have to do with all that before? I mean, let's be honest here. That's what it's going to, and I'm trying to stay away from that. I'm trying to stay out of all that mix. But then when I do something that I'm having a little bit of fun with, that I'm tearing up Vegan Gains or Dr. Michael Fartface or something like that, that kind of stuff sells. That kind of stuff gets views. When I just did my recent skit on A and B type, yeah, see you, Drew. When I did my recent skit on A and B type carnivores, it didn't really sell, but more people watched it all the way through to the end. All the A and B type carnivores, vegans, and keto people, more people watched it all the way through to the end. So that video, with almost no views, generated more revenue because the length of time that people watched it, because it was funny, it was comical. I mean, it was funny. It had some satire to it. I was being sarcastic, and I was being dogmatic kind of at the same time, all tied into one video, because that's just where that video went. And more people watched it, the length of it, than any other video that I think I've put out so far. And it's crazy when I look at the statistics behind it. What do you guys want to see? What is it going to take to pick up the views? What do you guys want content-wise? I'm going to give this one more go to figure out whether or not it's even worth me continuing to do this, because The support isn't there. I'm gonna be legit with you. There's like 30 of you that are consistently here, leaving comments, watching the videos and stuff all the time. But that's not enough for a guy to take hours of his day of editing and traveling and general expenses and stuff when it comes along with that stuff. Going and buying these $30 meals so you guys can see the reviews and stuff on it. You don't get that money back. You spend a ton more money giving away to everybody, doing the weekend giveaways and stuff like that to draw the crowd in, to kind of give back to the community and stuff. What do you think should be done? How do you fix the problem? And do you play the game? Do you create the dramatic content? Because when you do that, your subscribers that have been with you for a long time look at you and say, oh my God, I'm unsubscribing because I can't believe you're being such a jerk, attacking these vegans and making this satire content. And all of a sudden, what do you do? How do you fix the problem? Let me know what you guys think.